Good afternoon. My name is Gordon Hunt, and it's my great pleasure to welcome you to our graduation ceremony in this magnificent setting of the Hamilton Townhouse. This is a very special occasion. We know you're going to have a fantastic time today, and I'm here to give you an idea of how the ceremony will work. We'll ask you to stand as the processions enter. Our staff enter first, followed by members of the Senate and Court, and the final procession is the Chancellor's party, led by the Bedellis carrying the university mace. We all sit when they have taken their seats at the front of the platform. After the graduation address given today by the Chief Operating Officer, Susan Mitchell, we will be presenting Professor Henry Giroux for an honorary degree, and after that, the graduands will be brought forward to receive their awards. Each graduand will be called by name by the Dean or Assistant Dean of their school. We invite everyone to applaud each one as they come onto the platform. They will then be capped, that's a wee doff on the head, by the Chancellor, and hooded by the Bedellis, and collect their certificate parchment from the registrar as they leave the platform. You will all have someone special that you're here to support, but all our graduands are special, so please give enthusiastic applause for each and every graduand as they come onto the platform. We do ask, however, that we do this just once for each of them as they come up to be capped, so we can all hear the name of the next graduand being called. When the last graduate has left the stage, there will be a response by the honorary graduate on behalf of all those receiving awards, followed by a few closing remarks by the Chancellor. The platform party will then leave the stage and exit the hall, followed by the graduates. Please stand when the platform party stands and remain standing until all the graduates have left the hall. After the ceremony, we would like to welcome you all to our graduation reception in the Almada Hall at the campus. Should you need any assistance during the ceremony, please make yourself known to one of our marshals in the purple gowns in the aisles or at the back of the hall. You'll be pleased to hear that there are no fire drills planned for today, but in the extremely unlikely event that we need to evacuate, the fire alarm will go off and venue staff will assist in getting everyone out quickly and calmly. So have your cameras ready and your mobile phones on silent, please, and we'll begin at 2:30. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. A very, very warm welcome to this very special ceremony. This ceremony this afternoon marks the culmination of many years of very hard work, intellectual agility, imagination and creativity by these people who are sitting here today, our fabulous graduates. But it also marks the culmination of many years of blood, sweat and tears by the people sitting on this side of the hall and all around us. So please, you have worked so hard for this very special moment. Please relax and enjoy it. Please don't be remotely inhibited from shouting out and celebrating this. And please don't rush. I'm not going to bite you, I'm only going to cap you. So please savour that moment. It's a very special memory for you, and have a wonderful afternoon. I declare this assembly for the Award of Academic Distinction to be in session.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, but most importantly, graduands, the UWS class of 2017. My name is Susan Mitchell, and it's my pleasure as Chief Operating Officer of the University to warmly welcome everybody to this beautiful venue to join the celebrations of this graduation ceremony. Graduation is one of the most special days in the university calendar, but it's also a really important day in your lives, and we're delighted to see so many people here to share this special occasion with you. Students are the lifeblood of our university, and it's our privilege and honour for my colleagues and I to share this day with you and with your family and friends. This is a very special year for us. We are celebrating 120 years of higher education, 25 years with a university title, 10 years as the University of the West of Scotland, a year when we matriculated a new coat of arms, have risen to the top 5% of universities worldwide, are ranked as one of the best universities in the world under 50 years of age, have been identified as one of the best teaching universities in the UK, and have established ourselves as a force for good in research achievements through engineering, science, health, education, culture, and business. This is truly an historic time for UWS, and so too for you, as you complete the learning journey you entrusted us to help you achieve by graduating today. Now, last evening, I had the pleasure of attending the 4th of July celebrations hosted by the US Consulate General. They were marking not only the 241st anniversary of American independence, but also 170 years since the birth of Alexander Graham Bell, who their programme described as Scottish-born American inventor of the telephone. While, of course, he was awarded the patent for the telephone in 1876, he didn't actually have a working machine at that time. That came later. What he did have, though, of course, is a big idea, one that was formulated as a result of his work teaching deaf people. And his big ideas didn't stop there. Yesterday, I was introduced to the chief technologist from NASA who joined us via FaceTime and reminded me of Alexander Graham Bell's quote, "The day will come when the man at the end of the telephone will be able to see the distant person to whom he is speaking." Clearly, he was ahead of his time. He foresaw it at FaceTime happening. And it really got me thinking about the extraordinary Scots who've shaped the world we live in today. All of those people started somewhere. They had big ideas. Some of those ideas will have worked, and some didn't. But what they had in common is ambition, vision, sheer grit and determination, and they've delivered results. It therefore makes sense that our university corporate strategy is called Dream, Believe, Achieve. That's what you did when you started out on this course, and that's what we're inviting you to carry on doing going forward. And inspiring to dream, believe, and achieve, you as individuals represent the future of our world. With your new UWS qualifications, it is you who will shape society and become leaders of the future. The economy and our planet are depending on you. So what are you going to do to make your mark on the world? I hope that your time at UWS has helped you to identify what that vision might be. believe that you can achieve it, and give you clarity on how you intend to make your dream, believe, achieve journey real to improve the life of others. UWS has achieved a lot in recent years. Through the hard work of colleagues and partners, we've redeveloped our Paisley and Ayr campuses, established a London campus. We're building a new campus here in Lanarkshire, and we continue to work to offer high-quality, modern and relevant provision in Dumfries. In addition to our various transnational education partnerships, we are now delivering UWS higher education all over the world. I therefore want to take this opportunity to thank all the staff who make this UWS happen, both professional services and academic staff, all of whom have worked so hard to support you, our wonderful students, to this endpoint today. UWS is part of the UK universities system, which educates more than 2.3 million students a year. There are nearly 16,000 students across our 5 campuses, comprising many people from Scotland, as well as more than 2,000 international students from 80 countries worldwide. UWS is known across the UK as a university that widens access better than almost any other university. We are very proud to attract the highest proportion of students with diverse socioeconomic backgrounds from across the world. And we strongly believe that having an international education experience is invaluable and will stay with our students throughout their lives. Our evidence shows that employers place extremely high value on that international exposure. As you bask in the reflected glory of your achievements today, surrounded by family, friends, and classmates, take a little time to congratulate yourselves for choosing UWS, one of the most progressive universities anywhere in the world. And please don't forget us. We are your alma mater, and you are now part of a special worldwide network of more than 100,000 UWS graduates, our alumni, many of whom have gone on to achieve fame, fortune, and greatness in their chosen field. Our UWS Alumni Association will be contacting you soon to tell you more about our aspirations as a university and the part that you can play in that. But I encourage you all to tell the world about UWS and encourage others to follow in your footsteps towards this life-changing experience. At graduations, we're always keen to leave you with some inspiring thoughts whilst giving you strong messages about the university. Like all universities, we have huge ambitions related to teaching, research, global engagement, sustainability, and the enhancement of our worldwide brand image. Our motto, Doctrina Prosperitas, success through learning, linked with our corporate strategy of Dream, Believe, Achieve, encapsulate beautifully why UWS is different from other universities and committed to developing a new 21st century approach to higher education that dares to be different, places students at the heart of learning, and transforms lives. We will keep developing the curriculum, the pedagogy that underpins its delivery, and have a range of national and transnational partnerships to ensure that we are work relevant. Our commitment to providing modern learning environments will see us open the new £85 million campus in Lanarkshire next September, which will complement the £80 million campus that we opened in Ayr in 2013. We work hard ensuring that we prepare our graduates for a future beyond the doors at UWS. You haven't just learned about your subject and achieved a qualification. You have gained so much more than that that will be useful to you going forward. During your time here, you also contributed to the university community. Whether you were involved in volunteering, representing your fellow students, undertaking work experience, or playing sport for the university, you have made a great contribution. I'm delighted that UWS finished in the top 100 universities for sport this year. Thank you to all those individuals and teams who trained and played for us. I believe that if you use the same willpower that you saw you successfully complete your studies at UWS, you can achieve any goals and ambitions you have for your future. Never stop chasing your dreams. Never, ever give up. Everything you have acquired of value during your time at UWS is locked inside you. Back to Alexander Graham Bell, who said, "The achievement of one goal should be the starting point of the next." I'm so looking forward to seeing and hearing about all of your next goals and all that you achieve. Go out into the world confident of the valuable contribution that you can make to it. So on behalf of my colleagues, I would like to wish everyone a very happy and enjoyable day. And to our graduates, of course, great success, health, and happiness for the future. We are immensely proud of each and every one of you, and we're looking forward to demonstrating that as you walk across the platform. Make choices, make a difference, have fun, and you won't go far wrong. Open the doors and let your dreams begin. Thank you.
Chancellor, it is my privilege to present to you for the honorary degree of Doctor of the University, Professor Henry Armand Giroux. Henry Giroux was born in September 1943 in Providence, Rhode Island. He was from a working-class family background and first came into academia through sports scholarships in basketball. He trained as a teacher, following that with a master's degree in history, and spent 6 years teaching social studies in high school, most significantly in a black community in Baltimore, during which time he became inspired by the work of South American educator Paulo Freire. He returned to higher education and gained his doctorate from Carnegie Mellon University in 1977. He taught as an education professor at Boston University from 1977 to 83, and at Miami University in Oxford, Ohio, from 1983 to 1992. By this stage, he was already a significant figure through his publishing output, most notably his first 2 books, Theory and Resistance in Education and Ideology, Culture, and the Process of Schooling. In the period since, he has been the author of more than 60 books, over 200 book chapters, more than 400 journal articles, as well as countless invited lectures, speeches, and newspaper columns. It is a remarkable and highly influential output. We thank him for giving up some writing time to be with us today. I'm sure another book would have been on the shelves by late afternoon otherwise. In 1992, he was appointed to a chair at Penn State University, and in 2004, he moved to McMaster University in Hamilton, wait for it, Hamilton, Ontario, where he currently holds a university chair for scholarship in the public interest. He also holds a distinguished visiting professorship at Ryerson University in Toronto. In 2002, he was named as one of the top 50 educational thinkers in the modern period by the publishers Routledge. And in 2007, he was named by the Toronto Star as one of the 12 Canadians changing the way we think. He's on the editorial board of numerous national and international scholarly journals. His research focuses on a variety of areas, including cultural studies, youth, critical pedagogy, democratic theory, public education, communication, social theory, and the politics of higher education. It was principally through his work on critical pedagogy, building on the legacy of Paulo Freire, that he came to most notice in this country and where his influence continues. Critical pedagogy sees education as essentially political and aims at social emancipation, freeing individuals and communities from oppression and domination and enabling them to effect change in their world, becoming an active citizenry. Giroux's work has promoted democratic challenge to the forces of neoliberalism, militarism, and imperialism, while supporting the marginalized and underprivileged, and resisting attacks on youth, on public education, and on social welfare. In recent times, he has focused on public pedagogy, a term he has coined for the learning that takes place, often insidious, beyond formal education settings, in society, and particularly in the media, and nowadays, of course, at a global level. Henry Giroux is not merely a critic. His work offers possibility and so hope and to education and educators the potential to be transformative agents. Henry Giroux is a rare public intellectual, a figure who uses his position and his abilities to speak out on key issues and to give a lead to others in society. He has the courage to engage with current controversial topics, and some of his most recent work has been withering criticism of the current American presidency and the rise of what he terms new authoritarianism and a culture of cruelty. Henry Giroux's influence can be seen within education courses here at UWS, modules in critical pedagogy sitting across our portfolio, and his influence is threaded through our BA Community Education degree and the related MSc in Critical Youth and Community Studies. Beyond the School of Education, his work is studied in our social science programs and in our creative and cultural provision. Henry Giroux's unmatched work on critical pedagogy provides educators with the means to make their practice socially positive. Many of our graduates today in health, education, and social work are going into public service, and so have the opportunity to use their qualifications and expertise to dare to be different, as one of our UWS truths has it, to make a difference through their working lives to individuals, communities, and wider society. In Henry Giroux's work, they can find endorsement, encouragement, and direction for that endeavour. And in Henry Giroux's career, they can find an example, a figure who's used his position and skills and intellect to struggle against systemic issues which entrench inequality and disadvantage. We know from human experience that social advance has always come through struggle, sometimes painful, sometimes bloody. The anti-slavery movement, universal school education, the suffragette movement, the defeat of Nazism, the civil rights movement, the anti-apartheid campaign, and as we heard, given today's date, the American struggle for independence. I will end by quoting the words of the Victorian poet Arthur Hugh Clough, a committed associate of Florence Nightingale, who encourages us to see struggle, whether individual or communal, political, or dare I say in this assembly, academic, to see it as important and worthwhile, however hard and difficult it may appear. Say not the struggle not availeth, the labour and the wounds are vain, the enemy faints not nor faileth, and as things have been, they remain. If hopes were dupes, fears may be liars. It may be in yon smoke concealed, your comrades chase even now the flyers, and but for you possess the field. For while the tired waves vainly breaking seem here no painful inch to gain, far back through creeks and inlets making comes silent, flooding in the main. And not by eastern windows only, when daylight comes in the light. In front, the sun climbs slow, how slowly, but westward look, the land is bright. Accordingly, Chancellor, I now present to you for the award of Honorary Degree of Doctor of the University, Professor Henry Giroux.
Chancellor, on behalf of the School of Business and Enterprise, I present to you, for the degree of Master of Business Administration with distinction, the following students: Andrew McGill Hodge, Derek Mackin. William McCallum. Alison Jane Mundell. And for the degree of Master of Business Administration, Adora Ann Akebe. Adibolo Samuel Asepio. Sonny Albert. Colin William Diet Brady. John Haley. Victor Henry Cato. Leslie McNeil. Sarah Mowden. Pauline Bakani Macharia. Anu Pashrisha. Manpreet Kaur Sandhu. Nicola Claire Todd. Mohammed Sanusi Umar. And for the degree of Master of Science International Events Management with distinction, Laura Margaret Sweeney. Well done. And for the degree of Master of Science International Human Resource Management, Jagjian Singh Jamat. And for the degree of Master of Science International Management, Mijan Ahmed. Laura Jean Marie Jose Mario. Ibayome Daniel Olukade Olushina, sorry. Jonathan Michael Sheridan. And for the degree of Master of Science International Marketing Management, Tasipo Eric Moladu. Jennifer Marie Payne. And for the Postgraduate Diploma in International Marketing Management, Imtiaz Parvez Mehedi. And for the degree of Bachelor of Accounting with First Class Honours, the following students. Angela Marie Folds. Well done. Jacqueline Claire Henderson. Samantha Veronica Kerr. Laura Lanny. Alana Moore. Kieran Thomas Rooney. Alan Schuff. And for the degree of Bachelor of Accounting with Honours, Louise Marie Bell. Amy Elizabeth Bryson. Joseph Calderon. Beth Wangari Jusura. Graham Gracie. Daniel McDonough Guthrie. Ryan Henry. Amy Louise Hicks. Natalie Hill. Gossia Hobson. Lauren Rebecca Horn. David Johnston. Kerry Louise Maguire. Natalie Angus Kerr Duffy Mackenzie. Michael William McDonald. Shannon McDonald. Lewis McGee. Alexandra McMillan. Sean Joseph Mooney. Rachel Payton. Ashley Shearer. Alana Frances Smiley. Michelle Kelly Taggart. Hazel Thompson. KY2. Melissa Walker. And finally, Lauren Williamson.
Chancellor, on behalf of the School of Education, I present to you For the Professional Graduate Diploma in Education Primary, the following students: Ashley Alison Addies, Ross David Craig Balsillie, Ashley Elizabeth Biro, Fiona Margaret Broadhead, Karen Burns, Lindsay Stewart Corwood, Natalie Victoria Chisholm, Raymond Thomas Cooney, Leslie Justine Craig, Fiona Cullen, Denise Esther Dowling, Jenna Bridget Dyson, Samantha Dawn Easton, Alexandra Joan Fitzpatrick, Dawn Margaret Hamilton Fitzpatrick, Dawn Michelle Galligan, Anna Lisa Glancy, Thomas Andrew Hamilton, Robin Emily Howie, Fiona Janet Stewart Johnston, Sandy John Kilpatrick, Julie Lothian, Melissa Mackel, Darren Scott Mallon, Paula McCafferty, Ewan Kenneth McCall, Lauren Shaw McClelland, Garth McAlorum, Jade McIntyre, Gordon John McManus, Nicole McMillan, Colette McWilliam, Jennifer Cameron Mulreen, Laura Louise Quinn. Sarah Lee Reid. Corinne May Sherry. Sally Stewart. Jennifer Isabel Tevin. Rachel June Thomas. Lineker Thompson. Robin Tweedy. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts Community Education with First Class Honours and winner of the Court Medal, Louise McLean. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts Community Education with First Class Honours, the following students: Joanne Boyle. Emma Louise Bryson. Maritza Emily Duncan. John Charles Harkins. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts Community Education with Honours, Michelle Allison. Not here. Right. Okay. Andrew Jack. Rebecca Kilgour. Carmen Louise Moran. Gemma Wilson. And finally, for the degree of Bachelor of Arts Community Education, Laurie Elizabeth Forrester Easton.
Chancellor, on behalf of the School of Health, Nursing and Midwifery, I present to you for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with a thesis entitled Multiple Perspectives on the Quality of Life of People with Severe Dementia Living in a Care Home, a Case Study Approach. Margaret Mullen Brown. And for the degree of Master of Research with a thesis entitled An Exploration of the Professional and Parent Carer Perspectives of the 27 to 30-month Child Health Surveillance Programme Assessment in Lanarkshire, a Case Study Approach. Fiona Catherine Gray. And for the degree of Master of Science, Adult Nursing with Distinction, the following students: Alison Ann Gear. Genevieve Marie Angèle O'Sullivan. And for the degree of Master of Science, Adult Nursing, Olubukola Abiola Adeyo. Ebewumi Oluwatoyoso Arawola. Lindsay Marie Brogan. Kimberly Clark. Jennifer Helen Duris. Chizoba Namwake Njima. Jane Ann Lee. Nicola Nimmo. Kate Mackay Robertson. Amy Elizabeth Ross. Rebecca Adrienne Ruff. Kirsty Grace Somerville. Ashleen Travers. Cheryl Elizabeth Trotter. And for the degree of Master of Science, Maternal and Child Health, Advanced Paediatric Practice, Anita Louise Critchlow. Michelle Catherine Deans. And for the degree of Master of Science, Mental Health Nursing with Distinction, Ashley Marie McCall. And for the degree of Master of Science, Mental Health Nursing, Heather Judith Cursiter. Esmail Makumbira. Chloe Michelle McNamee. Megan Julie Adair Meikle. Tonderai Misonza. Godwin Osamwongi Ogbiye. Georgina Erin Riley. Caitlin Elizabeth Thorne. Jenna Wilson. And for the postgraduate diploma in adult nursing, Lisa Dalesay. And for the postgraduate diploma in specialist community public health nurse health visitor, Eileen Ann Meek. And for the postgraduate certificate in child protection, Diane Boyd. Beverly Ann Wilson. And for the graduate certificate in neonatal nursing and winner of the Court Medal, Jane Munro. And for a graduate certificate in neonatal nursing, Michelle Elizabeth Brown. Lisa Helen Hawkins. Zoe Louise Jim. Jacqueline Janet McIntosh. Jane Miller. Laura Elizabeth Mary Murray. Lynn Shearer. And for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Adult Nursing, Melanie Clark. Margaret Ann Crawford. Vary Irene Hines. Catherine Meehan. Margaret Mullen. Adrienne Rafferty. Rebecca Robertson. Donna Marie Turner. And for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Health Studies, Deborah Jean Brown. Tracy Beatrix Lamont. And for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Mental Health Nursing, Thomas Bailey. And Robin McIntosh. And finally, on behalf of the School of Education, I present to you for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Community Education with Honours, Gerald Fay.
Chancellor, graduates, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm deeply honored to be with you today and to share in your success and the celebration of your talents and achievements. It's a humbling task to stand before you and to say something worthy of this memorable event. Rather than dwell on my own background, I want to take the advice of the great philosopher Hannah Arendt, who insisted that award winners should talk less about their own merits and much more about the challenges the next generation will face and what it will mean to conduct your lives with a sense of dignity, civic courage, and social responsibility. All generations face trials unique to their times, and your generation is no different, though yours may be unprecedented. High on the list would be the precarity of the current historical moment, a time in which the security and foundations enjoyed by an earlier generation have been largely abandoned. Traditional social structures, long-term jobs, stable communities, and permanent bonds have withered before the speed of globalization, disposability, and the scourge of unbridled production. This is a time when massive inequality plagues the planet and resources and power are largely controlled by a small financial elite. A time when the social contract is shrinking, war has become normalized, environmental protections are being dismantled, fear has become the new national anthem, and more people, especially young people, are being written out of the script of democracy. Yet, around the globe, the spirit of resistance on the part of young people is coming alive once again. My first hope is that you will not be discouraged by the way the world looks at the present moment. Against the looming threats I have mentioned, the lesson that I want to reinforce today is that hope is a precious gift and should never be surrendered to the forces of cynicism and resignation. On the contrary, I want to repeat what my friend, the historian, the late Howard Zinn once wrote. The lesson of history is that you must not despair, that if you are right and you persist, things will change. To be hopeful in bad times is not just foolishly romantic. It's based on the fact that human history is a history not only of cruelty, but also of compassion, sacrifice, courage, and kindness. For change to happen, you must be visionary, brave, willing to make trouble, and think dangerously. Ideas have consequences, and when they're employed to nurture and sustain a flourishing democratic society in which people struggle for justice together, you will learn how to make history rather than be swept away by it. Reject measuring your life simply in traditional terms of success, wealth, status, and the false comfort of gated communities and gated imaginations. These goals are politically, ethically, and morally deficient and capitulate to the bankrupt notion that we are consumers first and citizens second. Instead, be steadfast, generous, honest, civic-minded, and think about your life as a project rooted in the desire to create a better world for yourselves, your children, all children. Expand your dreams and think about what it means to build a future marked by a robust and inclusive democracy. And in doing so, embrace acts of solidarity. Work to expand the common good and collective compassion. Such practices will bestow on your generation the ability to govern wisely rather than simply be governed maliciously. Remember, democracy is not given to us. It has to be fought for, and its benefits have always emerged out of collective struggles of mass resistance. Democracy at its best raises questions about what your generation's responsibility might be in the face of an unspeakable and unlivable future. Rather than be numb and silent, refuse to look away and act with courage in the face of injustice. Make the unimaginable ordinary and the space of the possible larger than what currently exists. I have great hope that your generation will confront the poisonous authoritarianism that is emerging in many countries today. One strategy for doing this suggests reaffirming what binds us together, how we might develop new forms of solidarity, and what it might mean to elevate the dignity and decency of everyday people everywhere. Today, you leave one experience and you enter into another. in which you need to develop an active relationship with history, because memory produces hope, enables critical questioning, and prevents justice from going dead in ourselves. Against the current moral vacuum overtaking many market-driven societies, you will need to learn how to translate private troubles into public considerations and public issues into individual and collective rights. Learn how to bear witness to the injustices around you and accept the call to become visionaries willing to create a society in which people, as the great journalist Bill Moyers once argued, people who can become fully free to claim their moral and political agency. Near the end of her career, Helen Keller was asked by a student if there was anything worse than losing her sight. She replied, "Yes, I could have lost my vision." To add to this eloquent comment, I would say that history is open, and it's time to think otherwise in order to act otherwise, especially if you want to imagine and bring into being alternative futures and horizons of possibility. The future is now in your hands, and it's a future that needs your skills, your critical judgments, your sense of responsibility, your compassion, your imagination, and humility. Let me end by quoting my first teacher, the great novelist and critic, James Baldwin. He says, "The precise role of your generation is to illuminate that darkness, blaze roads through that vast forest, so that we will not, in all of our doing, lose sight of its purpose, which is, after all, to make the world a more human dwelling place." Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, graduates, many, many congratulations to all of you, and I hope you've had a wonderful afternoon. It's been a huge honour, Professor Giraud, to have you here today, to accept a doctorate at this great university, but to have also those hugely inspirational, profound and motivational comments at the start of your careers. I cannot think of a better start possibly. And for those of us who are slightly older, including myself, what a wonderful reminder of the important and profound nature of what we all have to do in our daily activities to make a difference in this world. Thank you so much, Professor. Now, you've done a lot of clapping this afternoon, and I'm sure you're exhausted. And therefore, I'm going to ask you to have a rest and you up here on the platform to have a rest, because I think many of you would agree that you did not get these wonderful degrees by your own efforts alone, and that there are some people on this stage here who may have made just a little difference to your prospects. The profound influence that these people will have on your life will not always be immediately obvious, but maybe in 5 years and 10 years, you will still remember a comment or an observation made by these brilliant people here behind me. So perhaps you could take the opportunity to acknowledge the contribution they have made to your education and life. And of course, it's not just your professors and lecturers here who have made that difference, because the people who are sitting on this side and all around you are the people who did the dishes, who helped you out when you were short of money, when you were tetchy about the late essay, who stood by you when you weren't well, you had the flu, and told you you could do this degree and not to worry so much. There will be the people who will be with you in the future. And so I ask you all in the future to ensure that you give these people, your loved ones and family and friends, the gift of your time. And that's very important in life, because no one said in their deathbed they wish they'd spent more time in the office, no matter what office you're in. But they do say, we wish we'd spent more time with our family and friends. And perhaps, again, if you want to get to your feet, If you can set eyes, make contact with your loved ones to show your appreciation of the love, the friendship, and the continuing support you will get for the rest of your lives from the people who are surrounding you just now. All of you. Ladies and gentlemen, I declare this assembly closed, but in doing so, can I very warmly welcome you to join us for a reception in the Almada Hall at the campus. Thank you very much indeed.